Um, Hello, everyone. Hello everyone. Hi, and I hope everyone is safe during these uncertain times, and everyone is happy, and their mental health is also on par. Today we are going to have a workshop on local committees, and the workshop will be taken by the Council of Bylaws, Constitution, and Bylaws and Constitution. So I'll hand it over to Sejal, the Vice Chair of the Council, to take over from here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to be present for this workshop. So as mentioned, the agenda for today is local committees. We are the CBC Council, Council on Bylaws, Constitution and Legislation. And so we have Lakshmi Priya, Saumika and Manaswi present with us from our council. Okay, so can we start screen sharing, please? Okay, so we have the local committee heads present here in the session today. Could everyone please introduce themselves?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Samita Ale, and I'm the local committee head for Apollo Medical College, Hyderabad, Jubilee Hills.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Samita.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Deepashri. I'm the local committee head for SIMSA MMCRI, that's Mysore Medical College and Research Institute.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Harshini, local committee head of Mallareddy Medical College for Women, Hyderabad.
Good evening, everyone. This is Lakshita Jain from KBN Institute of Medical Sciences, Gulbarga.
Good evening, everybody. This is Arisha Uruj, the local committee head of Kanachur Institute of Medical College, Bangalore.
Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Amulya, local committee head of ESIC Medical College, Hyderabad.
Okay, so it's very nice meeting you all. So we'll begin with our presentation. Next slide. Okay, so these are some of the topics that we will be covering today. Has a local committee. They monitor the response and needs of members and implement strategies and activities of SIMSA to their respective colleges. This brings SIMSA and its members closer to each other, benefiting both. So what is our vision behind local committees? We hope to make SIMSA more democratic. Members are given priority and heard in the near future. They can also play an important role in various decision-making processes of the organization. By this, I would mean voting rights, which will be explained shortly in our presentation. So next, over to Saumika.
Hello. Now, let us see what is a local committee. A local committee is a 5-membered committee set up at college level. Each university can have up to one local committee. The local committee provides any service or facility necessary for the good governance of the university members and also for the performance of any other event under SIMSA. Local committees have to ensure active participation and enthusiasm. On fulfilling the criteria mentioned in the bylaws, local committees would be granted voting rights and also can participate in the election processes of SIMSA. Next, now let us see who comprises of the local committees. Each local committee comprises of 5 members, the local committee head and the local officers for the 4 councils. Council on Academics and Medical Education, Council on Science and Public Health, Council on Reproductive, Sexual Health and Gender Education, and also for the Council on Rights and Peace. Then, the local committee head functions as a member who integrates and helps organize activities and events of all the councils. All the local officers of all the councils are responsible for conducting events of their council as instructed by the chair of their respective council in their university. How do the local committees engage? The local committees might engage in these following ways. These are some of the ways how the local committees might engage. Enhancing SIMSA outreach and member registration. Local committee members are responsible for representing SIMSA in their university, promoting its activities, and increasing member registration from their university. Then, encouraging members to apply for SIMSA opportunities and support teams. So the local committee members have to stimulate and encourage the members to be the active members of SIMSA. Then promoting SIMSA workshops, webinars, and any SIMSA external opportunities in their college. So here, the local committee members have to make their college members aware of the events under SIMSA and assist the members in taking part in as many as possible, like how many events are there in all of them. Then working on SIMSA collaboration with university conferences or cultural events or fests, and conducting their local events, emphasizing subjects that need to be discussed in that particular university. Over to Manaswi.
Okay, so what is a voting right? Now, we as SIMSA want to be a democratic organization. So that's why we are giving local committee members the right to cast the vote. Now, you can vote for election of the governing body and team of officials for proposing new bylaws, amendments to the existing bylaws, and suspension of bylaws, for taking decisions regarding the general conclave. Now, how do you local committees obtain these voting rights? Now, every local committee, as soon as it is formed, will not be granted voting rights. For the committee to gain voting rights, they will have to follow certain steps and fulfill necessary conditions. Step 1 would be registering as a candidate member. The local committee will have to submit an application to the CBC, that's the Council on Constitution, Bylaws and Legislation, to become a candidate member. Also note that only a complete local committee with all 5 members can register themselves as a candidate member. Now, step 2 would be fulfilling criteria to become a full member. So the local committee will have to submit annual reports of events of SIMSA conducted in their university, and also the current status of membership in order to obtain these voting rights. The criteria to become a full member and obtain these rights are: a local committee should be complete with all 5 members. It should have been active as a candidate member for a minimum duration of 1 year, should have conducted at least 1 on-ground activity, should have at least 10 new SIMSA members from their college, also should handle the logistics for the college in the given year, and a report has to be submitted about the work done during their tenure of being a candidate member. On fulfilling all these conditions, they will be voted by the current voting members, after which the candidate member can become a full member and gain voting rights. So candidate members can also choose not to apply to be a full member and continue to function as candidate member for a period of 2 years. But if they fail to become a full member within 2 years, their membership will be suspended.
Okay, so I'll just summarize this once. A complete local committee comprises of 5 members, which is headed by a local committee head and 4 other officials. This forms a complete local committee. So a complete local committee will then submit an application to CBC to register themselves as a candidate member. A candidate member, on completion of 1 year and fulfilling the required eligibility criteria, will then register as a full member. And the full members only will have voting rights. So how do local committees maintain voting rights? To maintain the voting rights, the local committee needs to submit a report at every general conclave, which is held annually. The validity will be determined by the Council on Constitution, Bylaws and Legislation. And the local committee will lose their voting rights if the annual report is not submitted or they fail to conduct any event for 3 consecutive years. Okay, so we now come to the end of our presentation. We are now open to questions. If anyone has any doubts, please feel free to ask. You can either type it in the chat box or just unmute and ask.
Hello, this is Deepashri.
Hi.
Yeah, so I had a doubt about how to send in the application to CBC. Like, what is the procedure for voting rights?
The procedure. I believe we had sent out a mail earlier, which had a Google form. In that Google form, if it's successfully filled out by the local committee heads, then it'll reach us and we will review the application. And if everything is is correct and valid, then you will register yourselves as candidate members. After the end of the session, we will again resend the forms. So you can ensure that you fill it before the 20th of this month. That is the last date.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Do we have any questions?
From the live chat?
No questions from the live chat.
Okay. So DLC heads, are you like clear? Do you have no doubts regarding what to be done further? So have we been very clear or have not been paying attention?
Hello.
Yes.
I had another doubt.
Yes.
So if I was to conduct an activity spanning 3 days or 4 days for each council, which is intra-college, so would I need permission from the respective council chairs or vice chairs for that, or can I go ahead without that?
So you want to conduct a event of the council? Is that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I will give a little bit of clarity here. So the council events are on the like whatever events the council releases, right? So Komi, Corp and Courage, they release those events and the local officers are responsible or are given the responsibility to ensure that the event is done on ground. Now, if you as a local committee want to do an event, you can go ahead. The only thing is it should not overlap or should not be similar to what the councils are already doing. But since it's an intra-college event, I don't think so it should be a major problem because you're just doing it on ground level, on a ground, like, just for your college. So it shouldn't be a major problem. And I think you can go ahead without any issue. If you want to know, what is it, like a format which has been followed for a long time. So in the WhatsApp group named liaison officers and plus local officers, the description of the group has all the folders which you can go through to take some help and do your event. So that's it. I don't think so. You can go ahead doing. The only thing is you can't put council posts, council logos. You can put just SIMSA logo and go ahead and do your event.
Okay, right, got it. Right, thank you, ma'am.
Any other doubts? Anyone? We'll wait for maybe 5 minutes. Okay, we'll ask a few questions from the local committee heads. What do you think about the steps taken by SIMSA for ensuring more democratic representations? Do you think it is a good step? Do you think there can be some repercussions? We would like to have some opinions about it, maybe from CBC, maybe from the local committee heads. Sejal, what do you think?
I'm sorry,
Hello? Okay, Sejal is stuck. Lakshmi, Priya, Saumika, Manasvi, do you have anything to add? What do you think about the steps taken by Simsa?
I think like it's awesome, like a good step for further local committee heads and all to participate, and also they can they can join the SIMSA, the whole organization with the particular university, because say like every different university will have their own problems, and local committee would help in joining them also. It'll be a nice work.
Okay, so
Okay,
Saumika
ma'am.
says that uh, yeah, wait,
There's a
Meenakshi,
question from Meenakshi.
yeah, I think members feel that they matter and getting important decisions. Yes, yes. Thank you for the interventions. And members will be more actively participate. Yes, they will feel more involved and they'll actively participate. True, true, Meenakshi. So, so someone I saw someone sitting on the camera. Do you want to give any intervention?
Yeah, I think people will get to know about the further steps, and so once the local committee head term gets over, they'll be more interested to apply for the higher positions, because they'll know it'll be a little more clear, and
Hmm.
they'll be more actively taking part in the to apply for the higher positions.
Yes, exactly. So Nikita is saying, yes, it feels that members have the right to choose and have interactions too. Thank you so much, Nikita. And this seems more interactive. So yeah, this is pretty great. Samhita is saying. So anyone else? Lakshmi, Priya, ready? Yay. Okay. Anything else, guys? Do you want to add? We'll wait for 5 more minutes. So even anything negative which is coming to your mind, you can.
There is a YouTube, like a live chat question from Abhishek. He says, "Good evening, all. Can you explain a bit about annual conclave?"
Okay, so General Conclave is a annual event which SIMSA is supposed to conduct, and we were supposed to conduct it this June, but because of the pandemic situation, it has been kept on hold. We are not sure if it is going to happen or if it is not going to happen. Mostly, it will be postponed, and we are trying to a level best that it is an on ground event. But if it's not, we will ensure that you will get something online for sure, like something really interactive and nice on online. But other than that, we are having our elections soon, pretty soon. So have a close watch on the Insta page, on the email accounts, on the WhatsApp, so you can see. And also 25th June is the last date to apply for governing body and team of officials positions. So have a look at that. So if you're interested in applying for anything, please have a look at it. And also I would also tell Abhishek one more thing, that there's no seniority or anything like that in SIMSA. We just see your work based, it's a work based selection, a work based election, and how compatible you're for the post. So that is what is looked at. No seniority, nothing is looked at all. So if you're interested, you can apply for.
And
Ma'am, we have a question.
another,
We have a comment from Praveen Casino. This is so great session where everyone could talk frankly. Main thing I want to say is SIMSA means transparency. Thank you so much,
Thank
Praveen.
you so much.
thank you so much.
We are trying our level best to maintain the maximum amount of transparency. So thank you so much. There's a lot of hard work put into maintaining transparency. So
Yeah, and there's one more question. It tells like, tell us about the duration of a person can handle the post, the duration.
okay, it's 1 year. A person can keep a post for 1 year. If they want to continue for another year, they have to reapply. That's how it happens. So only if they apply one time, they apply, they can hold the post for 1 year, provided they are selected or elected. And then again the next year they have to apply if they want to retain the post or maybe go for a higher post. Anyway, any other questions?
Deena ma'am,
Yes.
So some of the SIMSA members from my college are not aware of the structure of the council. So if you could just make it clear for some time, just like the council members and the vice chair and the chair, that
Yeah,
whole.
sure. I will make it very clear. I will give a gist now, but I would also recommend you to send them the link of our orientation session. So there, every council person has given an explanation of what their council does and everything, but I'll again give you a gist. So basically, we have the governing body, we have the team of officials, and governing body comprises of the president, the vice president of exterior matters, the vice president of interior matters, the vice president of finances, and the vice president of capacity building. And as the name suggests, that is their main job. Then we come to the team of officials. So we have 7 councils, 4 are activity based councils, and 3 are administrative councils, or we call them as auxiliary councils. So activity based councils are council of public health, councils of medical education, council on rights and peace, and council on reproductive health and gender education. And every council has a chair, vice chair, and 12 council members. So that is including the auxiliary councils. The 3 auxiliary councils are council of CBC, which is taking your session today, that is council of bylaws, constitution, and legislation. Then we have the council of ethical and judicial affairs, and then we have the council of long range planning and development. So if you're more into social activities, and if you're more into not academic or activity based active things, I think you can, CLPD is the council for you. So every council has a chair, vice chair, 12 council members. Along with that, the 4 activity based councils have local officers, and local officers are the ones which represent the council on ground in the university, as we already explained in the local committee workshop session. So other than that, we have 3 other officers: logistics officer, DPRC, that is director of public relations and communications officer, and we have an IT officer uh, who handles the IT, the website, the membership registrations, everything. So this is the structure, and local committee is like the ground functional unit of SIMSA. So I hope I'm clear, but if you want more clarity of what work we have done till now, you can go and see our SIMSA orientation session, which is there on the YouTube, on our YouTube page.
Ma'am, there is another question from Abhishek. He asks, who can apply as local officer? How will the selection process be? I'm interested to work with SIMSA.
So anyone can apply as a local officer, provided you're a medical student studying in India, in any university of India. And and the application is pretty simple. We open the calls after you become a SIMSA member. You will receive emails, and you can also have a look at the Instagram page. So there they will say how to apply. So mostly it will be a Google form, and your application will go to the chair and vice chair and council members of the council of respective council which you have applied for. And so it will be like a collective decision of the chair, vice chair and council members. So it's like many people together deciding if you can be the local officer or not. It's not a very difficult process. It's not very tensing. So don't have to worry about it. We keep it very simple for people to apply. So don't have to worry much.
Okay,
And
so
in
another
Zoom,
question.
yeah.
So it says that when can we expect the ground events? Because most of the members want to participate, as most of them are not actively involving in online stuff.
Okay, so I will give you 2 things regarding this. So since the pandemic situation is unpredictable in India, I cannot guarantee when the on-ground event of SIMSA may happen. We may keep, we may not keep, but we'll try our level best to keep one. However, if your region, if your region is not not that much affected by the pandemic, or the cases are going down in your region, and you feel you can take the help of you can take consultation from your professors. If you believe that there is not major risk to your population or your friends, you can definitely do on-ground events, and SIMSA will provide all the material and all the help you need. So we can provide maybe logistical help, but taking the risk of doing an on-ground event is mostly all up to you. So we will try our level best. As soon as the pandemic subsides, we will surely keep an on-ground event.
Okay.
One more. Since the year is up, aren't the local committees to be dissolved now and the new committees are to be formed? Then, so are we to register as a candidate member even now, though our team is up?
Yes, you need to register, because this is like a continuation phase, right? So you register. What will happen is your college will be registered, or the information about your college is with us. Okay, that this college has a full committee. So before the elections, this college will have this college we have committee, and you are registered as a candidate member. Then what will happen is your term will end. Then we will open applications for the new term, and the new local committee head will come, new local officers will come. So either the people who were already there in the previous term can reapply and become, or the new people can apply. So it's all up to how is the decision taking process in your college. You can motivate the next juniors or whoever it is. And what will happen is the next person is going to so the next team is going to take that baton and going to do activity and everything, and then they will submit a report. That way, the next team, it's like the next team's responsibility to make sure the candidate member becomes a full member and gets the voting right. Correct? And then is the person who comes next to make sure that the voting right is maintained. So when you register now, you are one step ahead in becoming a full member. Okay, so even if your local committee is going to be dissolved, your college is registered as a committee. Got it? So even if your local committee is dissolved, your college is registered as a committee, and that follow-up will be done. So CBC will do a follow-up, will make special emphasis on you, because you had a local committee before. So we'll make sure, or we'll try to help maximum that your college continues to have one. Because like again, so this term you will be registering for term 2020-2021, and the next person before the next team before the next general conclave will be registering as term 2021 and 2022. So it's like just before your term ends, you're doing the process, finishing it up and leaving. So that's how it works. Okay, any other questions, guys? So that was fun. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, Abhishek says, thank you so much, ma'am. It's a great initiative. Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Abhishek, for understanding us, and for being a part of SIMSA and showing interest in SIMSA. It means a lot. And I would just say that SIMSA wants more democracy. We want more active participation, and there are things we feel that youth can't do things, but we can actively and passively bring changes in the society. We just especially medical students, since we are locked up in our 11th and 12th grades and studying and passing NEET and passing our exams, we feel that we cannot raise our voice and give an opinion. But now, after the pandemic, our voices have to be heard more, with more with more noise, with more vigor, and our voices have to get amplified, because now we are facing so many issues, that uncountable issues. Our country is facing issues of poverty, of undernutrition, of so many health related problems. We on the ground level can bring small changes. So that's what SIMSA stands for. We can bring small changes because we can think globally and act locally. So this is some line which I got from some other organization, but it quite resonates here. Think for the entire country, but act for your just your college level and for your village people. I have a doubt. One member of One of the member have applied for local officer for courage last year, but there was no response till now. So you can please mention this to the liaison officer. There's a group called liaison officer and local committee heads. Mention it to her. The liaison officer for courage is Zubeda. Please mention it to her. She will fix the issue ASAP. In fact, if you do not get a response within 14 days of you placing a query, and this is to even general members, if you do not get a response, okay, if you do not get a response from any officer, even if it is the president of of SIMSA, then within 14 days, then you can file a complaint to COEJA, that is Council of Ethical and Judicial Affairs, and they will make sure that either the person, the officer does his job, or his and her job, or vice versa. Like, whoever is at fault is going to pay the price. So don't worry about that. Please ensure it's all for all the members also. Within 14 days, they have to respond. They cannot take months and months and not respond to you. But I'm sure the license officer will definitely respond to your queries. So please place your queries, and even if you have any complaints, you can place, because we are here to solve problems. These are small
Ye- Yes.
We have a
So
we have a comment here. Deena ma'am's way of encouraging us is admirable every time. Thank you so much, ma'am. Just feel boosted up by your words. Your thought process always inspires me personally. And this year we will be more strengthening and work more than last year with positive hope.
Yes, positivity is what we need. Positivity is what we need. With the pandemic, I know everyone's mental health is drained. I know many people have lost their loved ones. Me, myself, I have lost my loved one. And I don't want to bore anything about that, and I don't want to get sympathy. But yes, I can understand what everyone is going through. But we need to triumph through struggles, and we as youth can do small things, just joining organizations, networking, helping each other out, making friends through this circuit. And I'm sure even CBC, all of them have become such good friends, even though they live in different cities and they study in different colleges. So you have this like one more person to talk to, and that really relieves your mental health. That really helps you. And even about studies you can talk about, even about future plans you can talk about. So organizations are a space for that, and it really helps develop your personality. So I would say join SIMSA and have fun, and also help each other grow. Any other question? I will, yeah, Lakshmi, there's another question?
yeah, no, I mean, very well said, ma'am. Completely agree with your statements by Deepashri.
Thank you.
Like the thing about our council and becoming friends, it's like 1000% true.
Yeah.
And also here I wanted to add, like Nikita, as she mentioned, that like she didn't get any response. Sometimes what happens, the mails which we send, right, it goes to spam folder, I guess, because it happens a lot with me too. So again, I have to check the spam folders. So it's like that. Maybe once you could have checked, like if you didn't get something like that, you can check the spam folder too, because
Is it
during my
possible
membership,
to send those Google forms on the liaison officers and
Oh,
LCH group?
okay, yes, about the application forms, we will send it out once again. So we really urge the local committee heads to please fill it out before the 20th. And also, it has already been sent out by mail to all the SIMSA members. Please do read it and please fill it out before the 20th. And I will put the form links down here. And in case you have any questions, I'll just type my CBC's official email ID. You can feel free to contact us at any time and we will get back to you.
Also, any other resources you need, it's on the description of the group. So open the drives, and all the flyers you can use to promote SIMSA. All of that is there in there, so you can use that. Any other question, everyone? I don't want to be all inspirational and philosophical today, but unfortunately it went into that flow. But I'm very happy with the response we got.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we can.
Okay, every time.
Yeah. So I really hope, Praveen, you'll be a integral part of Simsa's growth this year. And we really need people like you. We really need everyone like you. Just do your small bit, and just all of you grow. We need young, good people to make changes in the society today, and especially with whatever our country is going through. We need young people voicing out their opinions on Instagram, on social media, on Twitter. You do not know how much power you hold. You do not know what power your voice holds. So please do that. Please do that. Voice out your opinions. Don't be scared. I know maybe someone's parents are going to be like, you're going to get into trouble. Trust me, you don't. You won't get into trouble for voicing out your opinion, because we are all 18 plus over here. The Constitution has given us the right to vote. The Constitution has given us the right to free speech, freedom of speech. We are following the Constitution. We don't have to be scared. I know there's some amount of respect you will have to give to your relatives and to your family members, but I think those boundaries are set. Yes, I agree with that. But you can navigate those boundaries and do what is right. And especially as doctors now, we have to voice our opinion about the vaccination ruckus which is happening, about the misinformation. Even in your family groups, do not be scared. Tell them. We have studied about it. Please tell them. Okay. Harshini is saying something. Do you want to add something, Harshini? I would really love. I don't want a monologue to be going on here. Harshini, I think she wanted to speak something. Hello?
మరి ఇక్కడే చదువుకుంటున్నారా?
Hello?
I think by mistake, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So, any other doubt, we can take like 5 more minutes and we can wrap up.
You can ask out any doubt, like they're very chill.
Even silly ones, no problem. And even if you feel there is a problem in the structure, give your feedback. We will make changes. I think we can wait for 5 more minutes and then we can end. Or any other sessions you want us to take, any other webinars you want Simsa to do, or something special you want Simsa to do, we can do it, not a problem.
Is it possible to conduct like a Simsa day or some Simsa workshop where there's like a 4-day workshop of 1 day related to each committee or council for all Simsa members to attend?
Yes. That is kind of in the pipeline. And we'll be, because it's like going to be an end of term thingy that in the end we are planning to do something. So yeah, that is kind of in the pipeline. So thanks for the feedback. And now I'll tell all the council members that people are looking forward for something like this.
And like in the chat, Meenakshi asked, can we organize COVID volunteer activities?
I think you can. I mean, who's stopping you? You can act, but I would want more clarity. Do you want something from Simsa's side? Because I can explain what we can provide and what we cannot provide.
Yes, Meenakshi. Put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and talk,
Yeah, but if she's comfortable with the chat, it's okay.
Yeah, anything is fine. Just because I need more clarity on the question. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so like I can say, see, again, doing COVID related activities is okay, but the problem is the risk you're putting your fellow companions in, or your fellow doctors or friends in. So you'll have to make sure that those who are getting involved in the activity are well aware of the risks they follow, and then they are doing those activities. And also so this is the basic issue which arises with COVID related activities. But if you have uh, no problem with that, and your college is supportive and they are okay with using the Simsa logo also, then we have no problem. You can go ahead with it.
We have another message from Praveen.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are lagging back in webinars or events, like other organizations are initiating events as soon as they are trending or burning topics. So if we implement such events or webinars soon, more students will take part and participate in them.
Okay, that's a very good suggestion. Yes. So there are three things I would add over here. Yeah, whenever a burning topic comes, having a webinar or an event related to it really gives a lot of traction to it, but it is not long-term sustainable. Number two, the problem with webinars which I face is an issue is that they kind of are becoming repetitive and people have become bored of webinars. But again, if in your region or if in your college majority of the students want something like this, or you believe that this will bring change in Simsa, you can take initiative and do it. And the governing body, the team of officials, everyone is here to support you. You can take the lead and you can say, you can just email to vpi@simsa.in that I would like to do something about this issue and we would like to raise awareness about this issue on a ground level, or maybe we would want to use Simsa's Instagram page and Simsa's outreach to make our voice heard. Definitely okay with it. You can do it, and we will review it once, because if it is not according to the bylaws of Simsa, then it might get rejected. But if it is, mostly it will be, because these are topics which Simsa would like to take up also. So you can take the initiative, and obviously you will be at the forefront, and we will give due credit to you for taking up this initiative.
Yes.
Whatever initiative you want to take. Anything else, guys? Okay, thank you so much. I hope I've clarified as many doubts as I can, and I've clarified the process of previous and next term. And also, there might be some exciting stuff. Maybe when the elections happen, there can be a possibility that local committee heads can get the chance to ask questions to the next governing body candidates or team of officials candidates. So have a look at those emails, and if you want to voice your opinion again, please, because you will be especially those who have registered as a candidate member will get preference and will be uh, given the stage to ask questions. So this is our future plan, most probably. So have a look at your emails. Any other question? Okay, so I think we can end the webinar today. Today's webinar was, our webinar workshop was really interactive. I'm happy that people have got motivated, and I hope to see amazing things coming in Simsa next year.
I'm happy that they asked the questions. That's so nice.
Thank you for making this session interactive.
Yeah.
You worried about that.
No problem, no problem. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, Simsa.
We are accepting ideas for that too, right?
Yeah. If you have any idea for some slogan for Simsa, please go ahead.
Yeah.
You can email to clpd@simsa.in. They do all these type of stuff.
Can we have like a competition for a logo designing?
Oh, maybe slogan designing, because our logos are done.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, we can. I'll put this idea across to CLPD, because they do things like this. Let's see. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
everyone. I will end live streaming now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.